Hello. Where's my damn thingy? There we go. Hello. I hope you're having a nice night. I have a bunch of water here. I just had a hard-boiled egg. And it was good. It was tasty. I've been eating the freak out of hard-boiled eggs. I really like them. It's like a hacking protein bomb. But they're really good. They're very easy to make too. I have a hard-boiled egg maker, and I have no idea how or why. Maybe it's because it's just like contained in a pressure chamber. But it really hard boils the eggs much faster and better than like me just boiling them myself. I don't know. It's so much better. And it's like it's a fairly cheap product. Like it's not like I paid like $25 for this thing, but it just works a lot better. There's a recoil on everything. At this point, if I die, I die. There's not really much I can do. I have no idea what I'm allowed to eat or what I should eat. It doesn't really matter anymore. I tried to be good about it, but there's... I don't know. To try to kill us anyway, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. See what you want to eat, I guess. I don't know. Hello. Hello. I'm not moving because... I don't know what happened, but my webcam fell, and then it didn't work after that. I tried to fix it, but it, unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes. I had that thing for a long time, so that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, but you can have this little guy on my nose. It's like a pimple. It's my nose pimple or something. Yeah, my little nose pimple. Let me I'll put on some music. I'll put on some good music. I'll put on my streamer playlist. Yeah. A webcam upgrade? I do not want... I mean, for streaming, yeah. I know a lot of people want to see me in HD quality. If you see a single pore of mine, I'm going to kill myself. I'm not joking. I'm gonna have like a mysterious pimple pop up right before I stream. I will kill myself. I will actually kill myself. You're not seeing that. I want to see the fucking, you know, the lines between your skin. No. It's good enough that you see me in like a closed, contained environment where you're not subjected to my smell. You're not subjected to like my strange movements. You should be happy that you're not seeing much more, because the more you see, the less you're gonna be afraid. Let's just say. So that's why it's better. So the focus function, I don't know why. This is not a joke, by the way. I looked it up. I'm supposed to have one for like all of my cameras on Windows 11, and I don't. And I looked into everything. I don't have that, and I don't know why. And I'm really confused. And I tried to like reinstall and check like the install. I don't have that, and I don't know why. Because I even looked up like this specific webcam. I just don't have the option. I don't understand. I looked it up. I looked up everything. I tried to reinstall. Nothing. Why are you my remedy? I know everybody hates it, but I have to have Windows 11 because I have like specific audio things that I need to use that are not like... I found out. Okay. A big reason why my audio was so freaked up and kept unplugging and everything is because it wasn't updated. So I have to update it no matter what. It was a Windows 11 update, but it wasn't like the newest update, so it kept unplugging everything. And I looked through everything, and that's how it is. So I can't be on Windows 10. I wish I could. But I found out that was partially why, and I was really upset about that. And it's part of like the stuff I use, because I use like specific audio things. But that's why I have to have Windows 11, and it makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick to my hate Windows 11. I hate the monkeys that worked on it, and I hate that there was probably only 2 of them that worked on it, and the rest was AI. Disgusting. Disgusting monkeys. I'm mad about it. Remedy, why are you my remedy? Yeah. Did you see the new YouTube update as well? There's a new... My mouth should be moving too. God damn it. There's a new YouTube update where when you click on a video or like any watch time gives a view. So you're about to see some crazy busted views on many things. I don't know exactly how it works, but you're about to see some crazy clickbaiting. Trust and believe you're about to see that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I completely like gave up on YouTube. I just use it for whatever the fuck. I just like dick around. I am sick of every single platform. It's terrible. It's terrible. So it doesn't really affect me too much because I don't really care about YouTube. I get a lot of people like, why aren't you streaming on YouTube? And there's multiple reasons why. I was gonna start like multi-streaming some ASMR, but then I saw 1 billion channels get wiped and I was like, oh, okay, no, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. Thank you for the sub. Thank you. Yeah, I get scared that I'm gonna get banned live sometimes because my YouTube will freak up. Like, it'll keep loading or it won't let me stream. And I'm like, it's over. It happened. So I get so scared. It happens every now and again. And I'm like, it's it. It's finally happened. So, I don't know. I have no idea when it's gonna happen or how or why. So, yeah. That's how it is. You know, it really sucks because I truly wish that I could stream more on YouTube. I genuinely enjoyed it. Like, I enjoyed doing that stuff and doing that sort of thing, like streaming ASMR. It has a nicer feeling streaming ASMR on YouTube than Twitch, which sounds a little weird, but it's more because like a lot of people aren't there as casually for ASMR, if that makes sense. Except for like the children that walk in, but there's just no use in it. I don't know. It really sucks. But I enjoyed streaming on YouTube when I did, but I just don't have a reason for it anymore. The only reason I would have for that is if I make like a hidden channel that is not connected to any other channels. Because another thing that YouTube does too is that if you have channels connected to each other, they can ban both in one sitting. So my side channel, if I wanted to start like doing my ASMR there, they can also ban both because of that. I keep hitting my mic. So that's what's real sucky. That's real sucky. It depends. I mean, it's random. I mean, everything is random. But that's why. So I just prefer streaming my stuff like, I don't know. Underneath 1 billion layers is the best. The time. Thank you for the sound. Thank you. Am I still gonna do VODs? I still do VODs usually. Some of them just don't upload, so I won't upload them. Like, I don't do the thing where it auto uploads to YouTube because that breaks a lot and you can't delete it. But there's been ones that like just won't upload for me and I have no idea why, so yeah. I don't know. I just upload what works, I guess. I don't really care too much about it. I only do it because people like want it, I guess. But I don't really care about keeping an archive. I never did. I don't know. So, if a video is processing on YouTube, sometimes you can't delete it as it's processing. And then when you upload from Twitch to YouTube, it'll process forever every now and again, so you can't delete it. So it'll just say it's processing forever. I have a video from when I first started streaming, and it was like a very old karaoke, and it processed forever, and I still have the processing video, and I cannot get to the karaoke, and I wanted to so bad. And I messaged YouTube and I tried everything I could because I wanted to see my first karaoke, but it got stuck and I could never get to it. So, and I can't delete it. It's from a very like old channel. So I'm still upset about it because I see like processing when I look it up and I'm like, fuck, I want it. I want to see it. It sucks. It's from like 2021, I think. Isn't that so long ago now? What the heck? That's crazy. No, they just get stuck processing and you can't do anything. And it sucks. Yeah, Kesha. 5 years. Yeah. So the karaoke, I remember it. This was like long time ago. I just went through my Spotify playlist and I was just listening to music as I am right now. And then I just decided to like drink a little bit because I had some Baileys and I had like Bailey's ice cream with it. And then I started drinking a bit more and I was just playing through my Spotify playlist and go, my love is our drug. And like, it was just bits and pieces. I was like, I don't know the rest of it. I was just switch. And that was the whole karaoke because I didn't really know that like, I guess I didn't really consider that I could go on YouTube and go to the karaoke, but yeah, that's what I did. That was my first karaoke ever. And I was super drunk and I was super happy. And I remember I had a really shitty neighbor and I was singing out the window because my neighbor would stalk me and he would stand outside to look at me through my blinds in my window. So I opened my window halfway through and I was like screaming, singing at him, and I was pointing, and then he went inside. So I don't think he appreciated that. I don't know. Yeah. I hated that fucking neighbor. So he would sell drugs and like smoke weed, and he was below me, the apartment below me, and he would often call the cops on me and say that I was smoking weed, but actually the smell was his. So the cops would come to me, you smoking weed? No, I'm playing World of Warcraft. So they later found out, because he used to call the cops so often that they started to say you're going to be fined if you do it. And he would just say like, she's throwing a party up there. You know what party I was throwing? I was sitting on my computer playing World of Warcraft. So that was and the police would check and we got a noise complaint. I'm like, I didn't even move out of my chair in like 15 hours. I didn't even move. So yeah, I wouldn't talk, I wouldn't do anything, I wouldn't move out of my chair. So he just he would just keep doing that. And then my apartment complex started like getting mad at me, like, you need to stop. And I said, okay. And then I had the cops, you know, do everything. And then they went, we're sorry. We found out he was doing all of that. We're sorry. And they apologized to me. And they said, you know, next time, if you ever need anything. So, yeah, that's what happened. But that guy, like, I've talked about it before, but there was one time where there was, like, a lot of stuff going on. Like, a bunch of, like, crimes around me. And, while the police were busy, he started banging on my door, and he was yelling, let me in! And he yelled so loud that my noise-proof headphones, I could hear his voice through it, and the way he was banging. And it, like, scared me so bad. And he tried to do that because, like, the cops couldn't do anything. So, yeah, he was very scary. But I remember I yelled, like, I think I yelled at him, like, let me get my gun, maybe, or something. And then he didn't do it anymore. I think I yelled something like that, and I don't know, he just stopped doing it, so, yeah. Mm-hmm. It was something. I don't really remember what it was exactly, but he didn't do that again, so. Yeah, that was what had happened. That was a crazy time for me. I was like a mega fucking neat, and I would work online, and I would play Genshin Impact while I was working from home. I would play Koikatsu Party and Genshin Impact all day. And I would just like they would have to have my webcam the whole time I was like working in quotations, so I would just point it at the like monitor I had for Genshin and Koikatsu, and it would look like I was really busy. So they're like, wow, you seem very productive. Yeah, I'm very productive. I'm making, I'm like literally undressing characters right now. So that's what I do. And I would play World of Warcraft. It was pretty awesome. I liked that a lot. That was a good time. Good time in my life. Yeah. I played Genshin because this was when Genshin first came out. Like, first came out. And I was like, dang, this game is awesome. It's like Breath of the Wild. And then it just started it went downhill. Because it was all pay to win. But I liked it at first, I did. I don't do pay to win. For me, not pay to win, but like I just don't really like, I don't like gachas too much. The only like real deal gacha I spent a lot of money on was like probably Mystic Messenger, but you actually got things out of it besides PNGs. There was some I spent, but like I'm not gonna do it for an online game, I guess. Like if it's on my phone, I have it in my hand and like different, I guess. But if it's on the computer, like I don't know. I don't really do that too much. There are certain games I spend some money, but like I don't know how to explain. When it's a computer game, it's just not really worth it, right? I don't know. Mystic Messenger was good as hell because when you paid, you would get like actual things out of it that progressed the story, because it was like a moving like visual novel for the most part, but like interactive. It was good. It was good. I did spend some money on Hearthstone too. That's true. But Genshin was really good when it first came out, and there was nothing else like it. And the story was like interesting. I didn't know what was going on. And this was before there were like any like gotcha parts to it for the most part. And then it started doing that, and I was like, okay, I quit. I'm done now. So that's when I gave up on it, because I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay that. Yeah. I don't know the difference between like Genshin, fucking like all of these Zenless Zone Zero. They are all the same to me, and I don't really care. In my opinion, all of these gacha games, you find the hot character, you enjoy them, maybe you LARP them, and you move on. I will say gacha games are made for LARPing, because I am not paying for your game. I'm gonna pretend I'm not paying you for your game. I'm not doing that. I think that's fine to LARP. But I've seen people LARP some anime that has like 5 episodes. Fuck you. Just watch it. Just watch it. Fuck you. It's not that hard. Just watch it. But for the gachas, like, you gotta pay to unlock their story. I'm not doing that. I'll just watch it on YouTube. That's when you can LARP. Okay? That's when you can LARP. I don't know why anybody would LARP Alien 9, because that was an amazing watch. And besides it, like, looking cool, it was an amazing anime, and I really enjoyed it. I liked, like, there's a lot that people should just watch, because they'll get a lot more out of it than they expect. Alien 9 was one of my favorites for a while. I also liked Haibane Renmei. That's a good one. Not too long either. Honestly, a lot of anime is not too long. People just get mixed up with like One Piece and all these like shitty shonen that have like 1 billion episodes, and half of them like is just them fighting for 5 episodes. But the actual like core really good anime are usually like 12 episodes at most. Even 24 is not that bad. Cause I even think like with look at my knee. I even think with 24 episode anime, why don't you just split it? Like watch 12 and then like you just split it. Take the time. Cause sometimes it's like I don't know. You don't need to watch it all in one sitting. Yeah. Beep 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 beep. I took an Uber one time, and this guy only had heavy metal music, like type of heavy metal, and Selena Gomez. That's it. So it was just like it was just switching between like this song and then like the next song. It was awesome. I like that. That's awesome. I've never seen somebody with like very specific music taste like that. So I appreciated that. It was a long Uber too. So I was just like jamming a little bit. And one of the songs was like, it was like, I looked the song up after and it was like a random song from like iCarly or something. Like one of those ones that they play for a second and then it you never find the full song, but I guess he listened to it, so I don't know. Beats me. This song's so good too. This song reminds me of Jackass when they were like in the panda costumes, I think. They're making a sequel to Victorious. Ugh. Oh, I don't like that. Just leave Victorious as is. It was good. It was good as it was. Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Don't change it. Don't do nothing. No. I did like Victorious a lot. Skip and Loafer? Oh my gosh. I don't think I saw the last episode of Skip and Loafer, but I loved Skip and Loafer. That was a really good anime. That was a really good anime. If you want like cute fluffy, I think My Love Story and Skip and Loafer, two of my favorite just like fluffy cute anime. There was another one too about, I think it was this girl broke up with her boyfriend, so she started playing, I think, the MMO he likes. And then she met this like one dude that was really good in the MMO and then kept following him, and then they met in real life and they started falling for each other. And he was like super stoic. Lovely Complex is like the OG. I love the Lovely Complex IRL movie, like the live action. I don't really like Japanese live action versions of anime too much, but Lovely Complex is really good and actually worth watching. I loved it. I watched it on YouTube a long time ago. Yeah. I've never seen, there's a Eurocamp live action, and I've never seen it. But I'm thinking about it. I don't think it's Netoju. Netoju is the one with the, like, neat girl, I think. That was an office worker. Maybe. That one was good, too. But this one was like for girls. There's certain anime where you can just tell it's for girls. No, it's not Wotakoi. This one was like a kind of random one. It was like a spring season one a few years ago maybe, but I did like that one. There's many like that, just made for girls. Yeah, like shoujo. Every time I've noticed with shoujo nowadays, so let me take a drink. When I was growing up, in every like shoujo, the main character was kind of like loser-esque. You know, your common like dark hair, loser-esque girl, not like, you know, doesn't really have much of a personality, very similar to like, you know, a harem. But nowadays, all of the shoujo girls are a lot more gyaru. And I think that's because a lot of girls now, you know, really like more girly things for the most part. But you don't really see much of like the very boring plain girl anymore. Not as much. But I kind of miss it. Because, I don't know. Sometimes they make the girls too unrealistically pretty. And like, you know, I can't self-insert. You know, they're all like popular and they like, you know, I can't self-insert. You can make the harem anime like a loser dude, but you can't make that for the females. Come on, that's what bothers me. Yeah, but I like that. I appreciated it. The Amnesia anime though, the main character in it was so shitty, and they did not move her from the visual novel in a proper way. So if you watch the Amnesia anime, it's very boring. Damn, last Friday night, some tabletops. Yeah, a lot of anime main characters are like too cool and popular and great at this. And it's like, no, that's not me. That's not me. What are you talking about? That's not what I'm like. Make it so it's me. Huh? That's even for like even for the male centered stuff. They kind of make the dude like too cool or like too awesome and too good at this. And it's like, come on. No, we're not all awesome. We're watching anime, okay? We're watching anime make them kind of loser-esque, okay? But I think Subaru from ReZero is like a very, very good main character on all fronts. I think like two of my favorite male main characters, probably Subaru and the main character from the Monster Musume anime. He's one of my favorites. I watched that anime partially because of him, because he was really good. So I'm not a fan of what is it called? From the other, I can't think of the name right now. The other harem anime. I'm not a fan of him. I appreciate him like being realistic, you know. What the hell is his name? He had the erectile dysfunction. Once that happened, Mushoku. Once that happened, I kind of peaced out. I was like, okay, I don't like this guy. Yeah, after that, I kind of, yeah. I thought, was that important? Was that important? That season was terrible. I mean, I just don't like him as a character too much, which is fine. Like, I'm not a child. I can watch things where I don't personally, like, completely agree with everything going on, or the character, or this or that. But I appreciate the story. But, no, he's not that great. I know he's flawed and this and that, but I don't think he's really that great. I was thinking when I watched that part that the manga was probably better, because I don't know why they like just did things without context. Like some parts were very obvious, and then it's like, well, he just doesn't know. Why? Because she's wearing special glasses. Because, you know, because there's like this many years, because this happened, but they just like kind of make it very obviously stupid, I guess. I don't know, that's all. But I still like the anime. It's not too bad. ReZero will always be my favorite, though. I think ReZero as a whole, it didn't really have many arcs that I disliked. It didn't have many things that I didn't like watching or didn't like dealing with, or like, I don't know. I'm turning down Bangarang. But I thought ReZero as a whole was very solid. Sounds good. Subaru changed so much. And also, like, every character kind of gets time to shine. Alright, I'm changing. This is too much for me. Too much. That's a good song, though. I used to have my mom play that on a CD when I was getting out of school. Like, really loud. That's what I used to do. I used to turn it up. It was awesome. And Reptile, I would listen to Reptile when I played Mortal Kombat. It was so cool. That was really awesome. I had my badass movie moment. Yeah. I don't know. I love ReZero, though. ReZero is always going to be special. As a whole, it's just really, really great. I also like the slime anime thingy. Slime Tenshi, whatever the fuck. That one was okay. But that's one of the ones where, like, you watch it when it's caught up, because, you know, it's like, what else do I have to watch? Kinda. That's it. Yeah, I love Beatrice. Beatrice is great. is a good one across the board. I think everybody likes Konosuba. I also liked No Game No Life, but I kind of spoiled it for myself. But I was kind of mad that the like mystery behind some of it was not what I thought it was. It was kind of like weaker than I expected it to be, I guess, if that makes sense. Because in my head, I was cooking up like, this is what it is. And then it turned out to be something else. I was like, it could have been better. That's it, really. I did watch Overlord, but I never finished it. But I did like it. I did like Overlord a lot. So baby, honey, one thing about No Game, No Life is that, what's her name? The cute little sister? I forgot her name. She has a simple name, doesn't she? What is it? Somebody tell me. Shiro. She has like the best figures I've ever seen. She, just in general, she has the best anime figures I've ever seen. And I absolutely love the art style. I love the colors. I love the quality. And I actually got one from Ami Ami that was a little expensive, but I knew it would sell out and I knew it would be hard to get again, but I really wanted it because the colors were so beautiful, and that's something I would display. Because I missed out on a figure I really wanted because I was like, oh, it's not gonna sell out. And then it did! And I did never get it! And I was really mad about that. So, I forgot which one it was, but it was the one where she has like twin tails. I really liked that one. But she, there was a figure I wanted, and it was Marisa from Toho with like a bunch of flowers. And I never got it! But I really wanted that one. And I was like, nah, I can't. You know, I can't. I have to like pay this and do this. And then it sold out, and I really wanted it because it was so pretty. Just a beautiful figure. Ugh. Sadly, with some figures, you have to bite the bullet and you have to just get them, because then they're gonna sell them for like $300. Well, if they're like $100, they'll sell them for like 300. If they're 300, they'll sell them for 600. So you gotta, sometimes you gotta just do it if you really want it, because people are assholes, and people like resell figures now, and it's a little market, and it's so annoying. And it'll be bitches that are like, I don't watch this because it's problematic, and then they'll fucking buy the figure for it because it's kawaii, and then they resell it once they figure out it's porn, and they sell it for so much money. You don't even like it. It's so annoying. They're disgusting. They're evil. I'm saving this figure from Gooners. I'm saving it. Okay, it's gonna rot on your shelf until you decide to sell it. And then nowadays you can't even buy figures because, you know, it sucks. Then everyone falls out of love for an anime and the figures tank and you can't resell them. Yeah. It sucks. Yeah, a lot of these girls that do like cute core, they always have a picture of Nekopara. They're like, I don't like Gooners. I don't like Gooners that like lolly anime. That's why I'm buying these figures and saving them. And it's like, why do you have Nekopara stuff where they're half naked on your walls? Okay? They'll say like, oh my god, that's literally like, you know, that's literally nasty, like evil, that's a child. You have that on your wall. I think you're weird. You're the freak. Like, just be honest, you like it. It's okay. It's okay to like it. Way back when, we didn't have to have like some moral police high ground for liking this or that. I used to follow some girl on Twitter, and she was like a huge lolicon, and she would cosplay as her waifu, and she was like this lolly character. And she was literally a normal girl outside of this. She was like attractive, she was, you know, had like a good job, and that was just normal, and nobody went after her. And I used to follow her because I thought she was really cool. But, I don't know. People being pure is really stupid and annoying, and who cares? Who cares? Just, like, another thing too is, like, if you're a Puritan, like, stop getting mad at people who just like anime. What the hell? But yeah. Attack on Titan's fault? Yeah, Attack on Titan was sadly too good. I always say Attack on Titan because Attack on Titan was just way too popular and good at the time. It was, honestly, it was too good. I actually rewatched a little bit, and that anime is not bad. That anime is good. And I hate to say that. I haven't watched all of it, so I don't know if it falls, but it was good. It was good, so, yeah. I remember when I was younger, my sister used to make fun of me for liking anime, and I remember, like, I was listening to some, like, Miku and everything. I had my friend over. I was like, I must have been, like, pretty young. I must have been, like, 10. And I was listening to Miku, and my sister, like, brought my friend into the room and was like, this is what she listens to. And it was some anime music, and I was so embarrassed. And then now my sister is, like, into anime and FNAF. Fuck you, LARPer. Fuck you. Fuck that LARP. I was the OG, okay? She is. She's LARPing. She's a damn LARPer. LARP, LARP, LARP. I was a real one. I freaking cosplayed as Rin just walking around my neighborhood. I was ahead of the game. I cosplayed as Aisaka Taiga. You know? But, yeah, a lot of normies now like FNAF and some anime, I guess. It's kind of weird, too, like, my mom was always, like, pretty cool with me liking anime and would let me, like, watch it on the TV. And she would sit down and be like, wow, she's really sexy. And it would be, like, some, like, lolly character. And, like, for older people, they cannot tell the ages at all. Because to them, they all look the same. They do. And they all look this, like, they cannot tell. They just see boobs or not boobs, and they can't tell. It's not like, oh my god! They just all look the same to them, so it was never like that. And I wonder why that's like a lost art. Cause even, you see some older people now and boomers, and they're like, that's a heckin' child. And it's like, how can you tell? How do you see that? How can you tell that? I don't know. If I wasn't into anime, like, I would not be able to tell. They all look kind of like bugs. I don't know. They do. They look like bugs. So it's bizarre to me. It's bizarre. How bizarre, how bizarre. But yeah, my mom watched some anime with me. She watched some JoJo's. And she likes some of the JoJo's stuff. So, older people can like it too. Older people can like it too. Anime characters look like bugs, but yeah, they base them off of cat faces, but they do, they look like bugs. They got these big, shiny, colorful eyes. And sometimes they have antennas. It's true, and they got really long legs like a stick bug, and they got really long arms and limbs, and they're like very tiny and small. They're like a stick bug or something. Yeah, that's what I think. I do not see them as, they're just creatures. I don't know. Yeah. They're bugs. They're buggy. Buggy. I'm not a bug. I'm not a bug. I'm not a bug at all. I'm awesome. I'm awesome and cool. I'm not a bug. I don't like bugs. I squash them. I would do flips into the pool to this song. This was like a stereo song. You play on like your stereo and you do flips into the pool and shit. It's a party in the USA. Yeah. It's a party in the USA. It's true. It's a fun song. She changed the summer with this song. We need a song like this too. See, we have the summer vibes going on tonight. We do. I'm just thinking about like summer nights. Yeah. Summer nights. Thinking about it getting cooler out at night and the summer's ending. How do you feel about that? Summer's coming to an end. It's almost over. And then it's gonna be, before you know it, it's gonna be January. Thank you for the donation to the animal rescue. It's gonna be Halloween. It'll be crazy. It's a party in the USA. You don't have AC? Are you European? I heard Europeans don't have AC. That's pretty crazy to me. What? How about just getting a fan? I don't know. Why do they literally lock you up if you get an air conditioner? What's that about? Like, I've read that they're like, you can't install that unit there, and they get really mad, and like the police officers that are like 2 teenage girls come in and like take your phone and shit. It's actually bizarre. It's very weird. It does not hurt the environment. I think what hurts the environment is probably like a ton of people swarming to go into the one water resource. It's weird. Nod my head like yeah. Move my hips like yeah. Can't even have a barbecue? What the hell? Why not? What's that about? Why can't you do anything? What? Can you even live? They decided to remove the nuclear and rely on solar wind? Oh. I mean, I'm all about lowering the power usage. I agree with that. But it should not, like, I don't know how to explain this, but like, I think as humanity we should push to, you know, give everybody like an enjoyable life that's not as stressful, and like get rid of some of like the bullshit stuff like data centers. I think everybody should have like water and air and stuff and heat. I think it's weird that, you know, we don't care. Nuclear is not bad though. Nuclear is good energy. Good song. Nuclear is not bad. Nuclear is not bad. Think about poor Nestle. I hope somebody kills the Nestle CEO soon. Soon. But this time it shouldn't be a clean kill. It should be very like arrange the body parts across the globe and like spell out something. I don't know. It shouldn't be quick and easy. Like, you make them suffer a little bit. Seriously. Yeah. That's not even wrong to say. That's not even wrong to say. That's not even bad to say. That's not even bad. That's not wrong. That's actually very normal. Yeah. It's a good thing. If I could, I would make it so everybody has, like, the basic stuff. I feel bad knowing, like, I don't know, in the UK, that people are literally just, like, dying in those buildings. The heck? One thing I like, though, is I have a kind of pretty good air conditioner where you just hook this tube up to, like, a screen window that's open, and then you can kind of close it, and then it just puts the air in, and it gets really cool really quickly. I like that. If you ever can, I would get one of those portable ACs. Yeah. It is very worth it. I told Pogo about mine, and I was telling her, like, you should definitely invest in one of those, even if it's, like, you know, not hot or not too hot, because they're really worth it. They're really, really worth it. It's really good. I really enjoy mine. I sometimes just shut the heat and air off in my home, and then I'll just use the portable AC or portable heater, and I just use that. Cause I'm kind of, I don't know if it's OCD. OCD does run in my family, but I get kind of like anxious about using too much power, and it kind of freaks me out. I don't know why. Because I grew up a little bit poor and we had to conserve a lot of energy and power. So nowadays, like, I just get kind of like anxious when I try to do that stuff. I don't know. So I try my best to conserve a little bit. No matter what. No matter which way I can. And even if that's like, I hate to say it, but even if that's me like suffering or like sweating or freezing a little bit, I try to do that as best as I can. I don't know. I'm kind of hot right now. It's a little hot. That's okay. Not too bad. Sounds a lot cheaper? No. So, besides that, it really does not save me much money on my bill. Because basically your power bill with that stuff, it's gonna be a certain amount almost no matter what. And if you try to fight them about it, nothing's gonna happen. I'm sorry. I've realized that. I've tried to, you know, I try to look at like, oh, if I do this, how much? There was a time where I think it was when I was gone for my surgery. Like this was a long time ago. I wasn't in my home. Like I was completely not in my home for a long time. My bill was the same or more actually. And I wasn't even there. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So it's sucky. It's sucky. It is scammy. But you can't do anything about it because they usually have a monopoly. That's how it used to be for my my internet. I lived in the middle of nowhere, so they had a monopoly over the area, and they had one internet company. And they would charge me up the ass, and my shit would not load, and I would call them, and they would, like, hang up. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, it's real sucky. Yeah, they would hang up, so I would... I one time got so mad, because I was trying to actually work, like, do a job thing, like, work online. And my stuff wouldn't load. So I went there in person. I was so mad because I was within walking distance. I walked there in person and I went in and I was like, I just called. And the person said, yeah, hold on. And they went in the back and they left. They literally just left. And it was like a small office space. And I couldn't believe that. And like, I could have I was in the building. I could have done stuff, but nope, she left. And I remember that, and I was like, wow. Okay. Wow. But there was nothing to steal or do there, if that makes sense. So she just left. Yeah. I don't know if, you know, the door she went into, like, she drove off, or like she was just waiting in there, but she did not come back for a long time. So I don't give a fuck. Do not care. If you're in a rural area, you're screwed. It's just how it is. My area was so rural that I lived in a village. Can you believe that? A village. A damn village. That's how rural. It was nuts. Yep. There's villages. You can just live in a village. It was that small. It was cheap as fuck though. It was cheap. And it was pretty safe. I'm not gonna lie. That's the thing. If you live in a place like that, it's usually cheaper and very safe. So, yeah. I used to walk around, and I used to just walk everywhere because I didn't drive. So, yeah. It is quiet too, but I sometimes don't like the quiet. I kind of like the city a lot because it reminds me that I'm like not alone, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense, but I get kind of like anxious when everything is too quiet, or like I don't see anybody or anything. Like I like almost to be forced into seeing people, because for me, I won't see anybody at all. But I just get really anxious because I feel very alone. I don't know. I do feel comforted seeing people. I hate all the noise. I hate how garbage people are with noise, but I like being forced to see people. I don't know. Every time I was in a more like quiet area, it was a lot more dangerous for me. So I don't know. I don't really have many good malls around me that aren't pretty dangerous, so I don't do that. Honestly, where I live it's becoming more dangerous, so I have to be careful about stuff. Because I don't drive, and I just rely on like my family or an Uber, so I have to be careful. Yeah. It is getting more dangerous. So I basically don't do much. I just stay inside, play my games, go to like doctor's appointments and stuff, and do that stuff. Feel the lights and turn it crazy now. Yeah, I love my kitty boy. I was watching Pokemon with him today. I was laying on my bed and just laying like I actually lay my head on top of him, not like gently, you know. And I just hear him purring and breathing, and we just watch Pokemon or whatever's on TV. And he's really chill. He's really great. The other day, this was the cutest thing. I don't know if I talked about this, but I left my water on like in the sink because I was trying to warm it up because I was like washing my face. And I need it pretty hot to open up my pores. So I left it on and I walked to go clean my dishes. And he comes up to me and goes, meow, 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 meow. And I'm like, what? And he walks towards me and then he walks backwards and he runs into where the sink is on to like show me, like, you left the sink on. And I thought it was so cute. I'm like, yeah, I know. But I didn't even know he could do that. I was like surprised, and thank you for the sub, Wancho. Thank you. He's very smart, but he like literally guided me to it, and I was like freaking out because I'm like, I've never like seen this type of behavior, so I don't know. It was really cool, but he was warning me about it. I didn't teach him anything. I didn't show him anything. He just does. So he's pretty great. He's really vocal when it comes to like telling you something, I guess, is what I've seen. He's becoming more vocal, but like he'll sometimes like ask for food or whatever, and he'll like tell me when he doesn't have food, but he won't care too much. But he'll just like remind me, like, you know, my bowl's empty. Or he'll kind of meow if like, oh, I want my box cleaned. So he'll like walk up to things and kind of guide me and show me. And I think it's really interesting. I don't know. I didn't teach him anything. He just does. So it beats me. But he's also a little shit because he'll unplug wires. He knows how to, and he will unplug them and he'll try to eat them. So he's not all smart. He'll pull them. He tried to pull something out of my TV. So I'm like, yo, don't do that. So I don't know, I had to stop him. But he also parkours. So he'll have like the zoomies, and he will try his best to jump off of something onto another thing. And it's just something he does. And he follows me like everywhere, and if I like walk somewhere, if he's in the other room, he'll meow and then he'll zoom to meet me. It's really funny. If he's like missing me or like doesn't know where I am, he'll go meow, 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 and then he'll just zoom. So I don't know. he's funny. He's so freaking smart. I don't really know how or why. I don't know if I'm overthinking it. Like I'm a heckin' cat mom. But the sync thing was bizarre because I've never seen an animal display something like that. And I was like, huh, you know, like I was like, oh, you know, are you just like walking there because you want it? But when I like shut it off, he stopped and he walked out. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, all right. I don't know. It was bizarre. I don't know. He guided me around. He also like he's very he can tell like if I'm not feeling too good or anything, and he just kind of like lays by me. I was pretty anxious one night, and he climbs directly into my lap and he starts kneading and like stretching out. And I would put my finger out and he would kind of like suckle it and lick it. So he's pretty close to me, I guess. Yeah, he's pretty good. He was kneading me and I'm like, you know, ow, ow. But but you love it because it's so sweet, so you can't do anything. And if I show him something hurts too much, he'll do something with a gentle force, is something I've seen, and it's really weird, cause he also knows, like, so I have a laser pointer toy, and he knows what it is. He's aware that it's a toy, so he knows it by the sound of when I pick it up. Like, he knows the sound of it. So sometimes he'll like push it off or walk next to it and kind of push it towards me because he wants me to play with it. And it's so weird because usually when cats learn the magic of like the laser pointer, they're like, oh, I don't care. But he's aware that it's a toy and he knows he's like playing. It's weird. I don't know. He's so cool. He's a good cat. He's very dog-like. He another thing he does is he picks things up in his mouth and he walks around with them. And he'll like play fetch a little bit, like not exactly, not like a dog, but he picks things up and he'll move them around. It's pretty interesting. So, yeah. We watch movies even if we know they're fake too. Yeah. He's that smart. Yeah, he's cute. He's a good cat. Good kitty. I'm probably gonna get him like registered as like my emotional support animal or something, maybe, because he's been really helpful to me, and I hope that I can start kind of like taking him with me places in like a bag or a backpack, because I'll sometimes take him in a bag when I walk outside, and then just, you know, bring him around. Maybe like bring him on walks with me and stuff. Yeah. I like him. He's the best. Yeah, so there's a lot of things you could do to summon a cat that like that. Or you can you take your head and you lift up your chin and do it like twice quickly. So it's kind of like come here, or like you can come here. And then another thing is like you do the slow blinks at them to like, that means I love you. It's a good one. It does work. It does work. He's great though. I'm done bragging about him, but he's helped me a lot, especially with my anxiety. Cause I just have a lot of anxiety. I always have, and it's on and off with like how I'm feeling and certain things, and a lot of things kind of like get to me too much, like real life stuff and everything. But he's always kind of like there, and he'll always be just sitting on me purring, and I don't know, it really does help. They do say that a cat purr eases anxiety, which is why I like to do sometimes like ASMR with him, because it really does. It does ease anxiety, and it helps calm you down. So that's why he's great. And also, if I look at him, he'll start purring immediately. But one bad thing he does is he'll bite my feet and my heels. That's his bad habit, is he will bite my heels. That's a pretty bad habit. And I'll just like be like, and then he doesn't. But It's pretty bad. He bites my Achilles. It's awful, and he knows it's like a joke or whatever. But like, you little fuck. Oh, and I call him I guess maybe he's learning this a bit much, but I'm like, Mr. Dio. Does this sound like a crazy cat lady already? But that's what I call him. I go, Mr. Dio. And it's so stupid, but I always do that. Or I'll go, Mr. Dio! Where's Mr. Dio? And he'll come out. Mr. Dio. He loves it. He's such a good kitty. He's got a pretty animated face, and something, I don't know if he loves me so much or what this means, but sometimes I'll be sleeping and he's watching me sleep. Like, I'll wake up and he's just staring at me. And he's like just laying like above me, or like laying on my chest or whatever, and he's just staring at me. And he just does it often. He'll just stare. But he's purring, so I know he loves me, but like, I just think it's so interesting because he will legitimately just stare at me. So, I don't know. He's great. I guess he's checking on me, yeah. He probably saw when I was like dealing with my illness and stuff, and he's just like making sure I'm okay. He's good cat. He's a good cat. He actually reminds me of he reminds me of my old cat that I rescued. I rescued him from a building, and he was a little pint-sized kitty, and I had to like wipe his butt to make him go to the bathroom. I had to bottle feed him. And he has a very similar personality to that cat. So I almost call him the wrong name sometimes because he's just so alike him. And it's very bizarre. I don't know. There was drinking my water because I'm talking so much, but I one time had a really difficult time where I was dealing with a ton of stuff at once, and I was like super stressed out, and I was overly stressed, and this was like after my cat had passed. But I remember I was just like laying in bed, and I was like crying because I was just like stressed the hell out, and I was not able to get any sleep for like a few days. So I had my hand hanging off the bed. And it was really weird because it's like I felt my cat, and I looked down and like I saw him for a sec, and I like felt his tail go through my fingers, and it like popped up, and it just took me out of it. And I don't know, I don't believe in like, I guess it's silly to believe in supernatural stuff. It was probably just because I was like overly stressed, but I remember that, and I'll never forget it. And I like felt his fur because he had like nasty greasy fur because he was a little freak. And I just remember that, and it completely took me out of the anxiety. So I feel like he's with me in a sense. So I love that kitty so much. He also helped me with my teenage anxiety that I had, my old cat. But he passed because he had cancer of his tongue, and it just killed him one day. So I think animals are really special to us. And if you say you have an experience with like, I saw my dog, or like my dog passed in this, I'll believe you. I'll believe you because I don't know, why not? It makes you happy, and I like to believe in these things, and I think our animals truly loved us that much. And it's, well, sometimes I get really scared of death. I get really scared of it. But, you know, like, matter and everything is always existing. So I truly think even if it's like, oh my god, you see nothing, I do feel like a part of you is still there somewhere. And you never know, and you never know exactly what happens with that. Like, realistically, there is a part of you still out there somewhere. Energy cannot be destroyed, yeah. So I think about that, and you know, even if it is scary, I think it's kind of nice to consider that, and put that into your brain and realize that. So, even with people you've lost or animals, something to think about, you know? Something to think about. I always think about it with my pets because I have so many animals that I've loved dearly. And I don't know. I always wish there's a bit of happiness that they had out there somewhere. Even if it's not them, I hope like the happiness and experiences I gave them are still alive out there somewhere, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but I think about that. It makes me happy. Same with your animals too. I think all of the joy you brought them and the happiness is still out there somewhere, and you put it out into the world, and you put more greatness into the world, and more love and more joy. So, yeah. You should hug your cat. You should always love your animals and spoil them. Even if your animal is kind of like hissy bitey, they can't help the way they are, and you can't exactly communicate things to them. But you can always love them in their own way. So, I had a cat that, he had a brain injury because he had really bad ear mites from his last owner. And it literally, they dug into his brain. Like, to the point where he had legitimate issues with his brain and his ears were all fucked up. So this cat, like, you'd be petting him and he's purring and stuff, and then he'd randomly just attack you. And it was just, he can't help it. So I would wear, like, these big gloves, and I would pet him. And I would kind of wait till he'd do that, and I would just slide off the glove and let him play with it. But it wasn't his fault. Like, he wouldn't, like, go after you, but he would go, like, you know, and, like, do that and hit you, you know, with claw. But he didn't know, so I would do my best to, like, take my time with him and pet him and do everything like that. And I always would feed him, and sometimes, like, he'd even get aggressive with feeding because he had brain problems. So I just wore, like, kind of thick stuff when I would take care of him. So he was a big orange cat, a big orange puffball, and he lived a good life besides that. So I realized, like, with that kitty, a lot of animals cannot. It's not their own fault, you know, that they're a certain way, and it could be from abuse, and sometimes it's not from abuse. Sometimes they're just like that. I don't know. That's okay. But if you have them, it's kind of your duty to take care of them and make life good for them and make them feel loved. So that's what I do with every animal, no matter what. Because it's like a family member. You know, you don't control your family member and their personality and what they like. So you should be as nice as you can at whatever distance they appreciate. So just how it is. Yeah. There's a lot of animals with terrible trauma, and you gotta think you cannot tell them, hey, you're safe. Hey, you're okay. Because they're used to what happened and they don't really know any better. So you just gotta have your distance and be good with them in the way you can. They deserve it too. They're living beings. They deserve all the goodness and love. So I guess, I don't know. I grew up with a lot of animals. You know what I really want? Okay, let me look this up. Let me show you. This is an animal I want. So this is called... Okay, let me show you. This is a pet that I want, and you may think I'm a little crazy. And this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me baby. Where are you? Webpee, shut the fuck up. Call me baby. I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me baby. Where's the picture I just downloaded? Okay. This might spook some of you. Be aware. It might be spooky. Why is it upside down? Well, it's a crab. It's called a Halloween crab or a moon crab. And they're very cute. And I really like them. And They're like nocturnal. They have little sand dunes. It's upside down, just leave it, but yeah, I would get a little crab. You can feed crabs almost anything. You know that? You can feed them quite literally anything. They're awesome. That, or I really want a blue-tongued skink or like a corn snake. Look right. Happy baby. I like hermit crabs too. Yeah, they're scavengers. I really like corn snakes. I hope one day I can have an animal like that. I really want. Thank you for the song. Thank you. 800 channel 11. I really like lizards and snakes, and I want to have one where I could have it on my shoulder or take it out and bring it around a little bit and like keep it, I don't know, like a little portable. I want that so bad. I love them. I used to have when I was a kid, I used to have a neighbor that would bring like a lizard around, and I really liked it. There's no reason I can't now, but this is just more of like a future thing, I guess. Because I'm still dealing with my health stuff, and I'm taking care of that. And I like my kitty, and I focus on my kitty, but I do want one in the future. Am I good with feeding live insects for lizards? No, I've never done that. Actually, I did. I used to take care of my friend's leopard gecko. There were times where like I wouldn't even know, and I'd be like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just take care of it. So I sort of had to and forced myself to, but it wasn't too bad. I would just do it. I mean, for me, it's like if I gotta do something, I gotta do it, and I'll just do it. So I did that, and I would do it again. I'll try it. But I really want a blue-tongued skink. You could feed them eggs. You can feed them some veggies. You can do all of that. You can do all of that. You can feed them anything. They're awesome. Yeah. I am scared to touch them because they're so fragile. So I've never really handled animals like that. I guess the only ways I have is like I rescued like turtles, and I'd rescue like, I think I rescued a snake once when I was a kid because it was like, it was cut into. I don't know, probably attacked, but it was only for a short time, so it wasn't like a pet. Yeah. But I want to. Someday. Someday. Or a crab. I want a little crab. My little Halloween crab. If the logic is anything I owned as a pet, I had many pet pigeons and birds. Because I would rescue outdoor ones that like fell out of a nest and stuff. And my mom would just be like, yeah, let's get the box. We'd have like boxes saved, and we would just take care of them. There was a long time ago where there was a baby bird, and it was on my trampoline, and we saved it. And then its mama eventually took it back, I think. Yeah, but it was a little baby bird. It was great. I rescued a lot of animals my whole life. I thought everybody did, I guess. I didn't know. Big bunny with a hurt leg living in my yard? Yeah, that's your little pet now. Oh, squirrels, yeah. My mom was like really scared of squirrels, but we would take them in and like she'd be freaked out, but I don't know. I think it's because like she rescued one and it bit her, so I don't know. I think parrots are so cool, but I think they're scary as hell too. Because I feel like when you get a bird like that, that's straight up just a family member. Like that's a toddler. That's a flying toddler in your house. Just that is always going to be a flying toddler. So it's kind of spooky, I don't know. You really have to think of it that way. It's literally a flying toddler that is just gonna be with you for like, how, 70 years sometimes? It's crazy. They're so smart. I would ever get a bird though, unless I had to rescue one. Yeah, a flying toddler that lives for 50. Yeah, and it's a toddler forever. It's crazy. A bunch of cages in one room in her house, a full family. Yeah, that's her family. That's oomph. Yeah, that's oomph for real. I'm kind of scared of birds because I got attacked by, I had a cockatoo, of course. Of course, a cockatoo. And it would attack the shit out of my head. And it thought it was funny, so. That was the one that my rescue dog ate. It ate that bird. I think I talked about this story, but... Ooh, my mouse almost fell. So I had a cockatoo, and we took in, could you guess the breed of dog? I'm sure you can't get it on first try. It was a pit bull. We rescued a pit bull, and, you know, it was really sad. Like, it was a dog that was, like, she had scars on her. She was, like, a breeding, fighting dog. It was really sad. So we rescued her, and, you know, she obviously had her issues, but we were taking care of her for a little while because they were going to put her down, and we felt bad. So we had the door locked. Like, not locked, but, like, closed. And it was upstairs in a cage on top of a shelf, the bird. Okay? So she managed to open this door, get on top of the shelf, knock down the cage, and somehow get the bird out of the cage too. And she ate that bird. Yeah. I don't know how she knew. I was too young to really remember, but that dog was like on a fucking mission. Okay, that dog was on a mission. I think she was just running around the house. Because like we weren't home, and she did that. And then she puked up a pile of hay and like claws and a beak. And my mom was like really confused because she's like, where the hell's the bird? And then she saw that happen, and she like, before we could figure out or see it, she took some of the feathers that were in the cage and put them on the windowsill and opened it, and she was like, oh my god, it flew away. No, it got out and flew away, no. And I was like, no. She's like, yeah, maybe you'll see her out there someday. And she's like, aw. And I truly believe that bird got out for like years. But no. Nope. That pit bull also jumped. So it was like a rescue pit bull from, I think, a friend or something. It was, I don't think she was supposed to stay with us forever, but I think she was like, we were taking care of her while like the friend was like moving or something. So she broke our window. She jumped through our front window and she broke it. And she escaped, and I don't know what happened after that. I was too young, so maybe I didn't know exactly, but that dog was fucking crazy. So, I mean, despite everything, yeah, pit bulls are like that. I'm sorry. Pit bulls are like that. Maybe she did see a kid and she did that. But she was not exactly our dog, but she was just like with us while we were trying to like help a friend out or something. I don't know, because they were trying to rescue the dog because they felt bad. But yep, that dog was trouble. It was either our front window or it was the car window. I don't know. But yeah, no, it was a fighting breeding dog. It was sad. She was really abused. I know. I mean, like, not all pit bulls are like that, but I truly believe that, like, I am an animal lover, but I truly believe a lot of pit bulls have issues that you need to be careful with. Like, a lot of them do. Even if they're not abused, even if not, like, some dogs, like, you can't have kids with them, you can't have other dogs with them. You have to be careful. But I do feel bad for them. I do. I feel really bad for them. So, I mean, my friend, when I was younger, she had a pit bull, and I'm just gonna use the actual term, but that dog had actual dog retardation, and it would only eat out of its bowl if it was like facing a certain angle. So some of them are just like, you know, some of them are really cute and have certain things to them. I'm not joking about that. That dog would only eat at a certain angle, and if she did not have access to that angle, she would not eat. She would starve. Same with the drinking, like she, only at a certain angle. And if like there was anything in the way, anything like kind of blocking slightly, starve. Starve. Dehydration. Really. So, but she was the cutest pit bull ever. She was this gray pit bull. She only had like 2 bottom teeth because her other teeth didn't grow in. She looked kind of like a hippo. And she was adorable. And she was really sweet. And she was like too stupid to be bad at all. Like there was I think like one of the other dogs like went after her for like food or something, and she just didn't do anything. She like was scared. She didn't do anything. But she was a very cute pit bull. She was their rescue as well. But she was a cute little dog. So not all, but I do agree that a lot of them are very dangerous. So she was great though. She got all the treats, don't worry. She was like the favorite because she was so... She had certain things she would do, like the way her bed was and stuff. Like she had certain things that she needed, and she was like a big dummy. Like she would walk into stuff. She had stuff going on, but cute dog, cute dog. I remember her. I always I think some of the best dogs though. One of the best dogs you could ever have. I've probably said this a few times on stream. And thank you for the sub, Doctor. Thank you. One of the best freaking dogs you could ever have is an old golden retriever. When they start graying and their fur gets kind of greasy, those are the best goddamn dogs. They're the best fucking dogs ever. I've never met one that isn't adorable, that I don't love. When they start aging and like they get around the eyes, the white, and they get a little bit milky, they're the cutest ever. They are. They're so cute. They're the best ever. If you're ever going to rescue a dog and it's an older golden retriever, obviously depending on their issues, that dog is gonna be your best friend. They're awesome. They're great, great dogs. They're so cute. I love them. They're so cute. I just love them so much. I think like another I actually grew up with these types of dogs. Yeah, I grew up with Rottweilers. Ironically, I was about to say that. And they were actually trained to help with children. So like they were like the best dogs ever. They were super protective. They would alert my mom like for certain things, or like they would kind of help. Like if we were walking into stuff, they would kind of like move us out of the way, even though they're not hurting dogs. But they can be really great dogs. I know that they used to get a bad rep. Like in the 90s, they were seen as like the bad dogs, the ones that like bite and do stuff. But I've never really met one that wasn't really nice. So they're good dogs. Yeah. Family that tied her to a doorknob said she hated kids. I mean, a lot of them, it's from experience with certain things, you know? I remember, I was talking about animals a while ago, but I forgot whose, but somebody had a dog that if you spoke Chinese, it would start freaking out and start attacking people. Like any sort of Chinese, or if it was on the TV. And it's just due to like, things that happen. I remember, I forgot, but it was in my chat. Somebody said it, and I never forgot that. I think that it was either in this chat or it was somebody I knew. I don't remember. But there's certain dogs like that. Like there's dogs where if you rescue them, they only speak Spanish. You know that? I was talking to my friends the other day about like animals, and then they sent me a TikTok, and it was like this person that was like speaking different languages to the animal to see like, how to alert them, and they responded to like vamonos and stuff. So that's true. Depends. So that's the only language. They do. Dogs learn. Dogs learn certain things. Yeah. There's a lot of that. I really like all the videos of like we got a rescue dog and then we don't know which language they speak. And like I think one of them it turned out to be French. And they tried every language, like saying like come or like, you know, yeah. I don't know. You never know what happens with certain things. I saw a dog that started barking ferociously when it heard German. That might be, that could actually be from training. A lot of people, when they train dogs, they'll use a German word or they'll use German terms so that like other people are not saying them too often. It depends on like where you live and stuff, but there's a lot of that. Yeah, because, I grew up with a German Shepherd, and that was like the training that you'd give them to, which I know, German Shepherd. But it's very common so that you don't misconstrue the like English words. If you're like, you know, I'm running, or like, I need to come, you know, come get this, and then the dog's like, phew, you know. So that's a lot of how people train dogs. Mm-hmm. Just for reference. Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually less chance of someone saying it in the wild. Usually. You never know, though. Yeah, This is clothing store music. This is music you hear when you go into the dressing room in, like, Forever 21. It is. This song itself. This is the song. You gotta teach your animal the Lord of the Rings language. Nobody will be saying that for the most part, unless you go to like dumb gamer things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want your German Shepherd jumping into the bedroom when you shout a certain word. No. No. Okay, is it strange? Like, I've seen a lot of people feel certain ways about this, but is it weird to, like, be naked around your animal to you? Or, like, get dressed or something? I think, you know, doing the deed or, like, masturbating is weird as fuck. Like, you know, get out of the room. Just, like, you turn your plushies around. But for getting, like, dressed and stuff, I've seen a lot of people say, like, that's abuse. You're abusing them. Like, what? I'll take a bath and I leave my door open and my cat will just chill. Like, I don't know. Like, he'll cry if he doesn't have access. Like, where are you? So, I let him come in when I take a bath and stuff. It's like the animal doesn't know. I saw this picture of a girl and it was like, you know, artistic photography, like type of picture. And it was her just like laying in bed, just like hugging her cat, and she was naked. And everybody's like, ew, your bestiality. And it's like, a naked body is not necessarily just sexual right away. Like, they're not doing anything. They're just hugging their cat. So I thought that was so strange. Because, like, sometimes I'll, like, you know, I'll chill in my towel and I'll just be laying on my bed and, like, my cat's there and I'm not being weird. I'm just, you know, it's my natural body. I'm sorry. I don't know. Sorry. Jeez. Yeah. My female cat doesn't seem to care. I like how you put the emoji. I like that a lot. That's her. That's your cat right in front of my eyes. My female cat. I don't think they're rage bait or Facebook boomers. I think they're people, when you check the country, it's somewhere where they, you know, they're very oppressed and they're scared of the naked body. They're freaked out. So it's usually what it is. What the fuck? You fucking the animal. No. A naked body is just a naked body. Sometimes it's just a naked body. Take some art classes, okay? Yeah. What, that white women fuck dogs? I think it's ironic because white women really don't. Not nearly as much as other people. Like, you can look up some statistics and stuff, and it's, you know, they kind of just say that. Definitely not. Definitely not. Don't stop, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh. We need to wax our animals and shave them so they can be truly nude. Or just get a Sphinx. I want to get a Sphinx someday so bad, but I get kind of grossed out because you got to give them a bath and they get all greasy. They get like, when you give them a bath, they get like it's greasy, and they get like blackheads, and you have to clean them. I don't know. Yuck. Yucko. But I also love them. I love them. I love them so much. They're very cute. But if I get a Sphinx cat, I have to get 2. And thank you, Mark Ad, for this sub. If you get a Sphinx, you need to get 2 of them. Because they need to smack each other, and it sounds like... It's funny. That's why. That's the only reason why. Because when they fight, it's like... And like, it's great. It is. I love it. It's so funny. They do. It's like raw chicken. It's like you hitting 2 pieces of raw chicken together. No, not a dependency thing. It's just funny if they fight. That's it. They are loud smacks. They like vibrate the fucking floor. The videos of them, it sounds like they're like right in front of them, but they're across the room. It's crazy. So, yeah. I like how ugly they look sometimes. It's very cute. It's my favorite. But actually, the one cat I want to get so bad are the ones that look like Dewey. The Oriental Shorthair, I think it's called, where they honk. I want a honker so bad. I want them so bad. They're so cute. They're like... It's the best. My TikTok is filled with people that have those cats. And they take them out to like get coffee and stuff, and they put little coats on them and everything. They're awesome. Yeah, I've seen the werewolf cats where they have like some fur and it's very spiky. Those are crazy. I love the hunky cats. Hunky donkey cats. I also like have you heard, I think it's called like a tiger. It's not called a tiger. It's kind of like tiger. They look like tigers. And thank you Pag the pimp for the sub. Thank you. No, they're actually called tiger cats. Tiger cat breed. Hold on. Tiger cat breed. They're called Toiger. Look them up. They're beautiful. Toiger cats. They're expensive as hell. Those cats are beautiful. They look like little tigers, kind of. Like they got the nice stripes and beautiful colors. They're very pretty. They're very, very cute. They got beautiful eyes, too. Come on, fly with me, and we make a great escape. So baby, don't worry. The song was jam as hell. I also like, have you ever seen, they call them like chocolate cats? Oh, now it doesn't. Chocolate brown cat. They're so beautiful. They're so pretty. Look up chocolate brown cat. You have to look it up because you have to scroll and your eyes have to gaze on every single one because they're beautiful. They're beautiful. And you gotta see them, and then you gotta save the picture because you like it so much. That's why. That's why. I'm helping you. I'm helping you understand. I think, I love cats. I love cats more than dogs. I think everybody should get a cat. They're great. They're great for you. I think they genuinely help you become happier. And you start to become obsessed over them a little because they're so cute. They're so, so, so cute. Down, 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 down. Or you could get a dog, but dogs are a lot of work. Cats are awesome. Yes, Another benefit is if you will get toxoplasmosis, which is literally an illness that makes you more attractive, unironically. Because that illness wants to spread to other people. So it legitimately makes you look more attractive. That's not a joke. That's a real thing. I think I've said it before, but it is. Yeah, look it up. Yes, it wants to spread, so it makes you more attractive. It does. You can... No, you can... Well, it might make you think that, but you can look it up. It really does. And they studied it, and there was like... there's something about it that it wants to spread so much. It is bad for pregnant women. True. Makes you more outgoing too. So you gotta get a cat. You have to. You gotta get a cat. Because then you'll become more attractive. This is a looks maxing tip. Get a cat. Do they ever talk about that? The looks maxers getting a cat to make you more attractive? They do that? We gotta put this on the list. Is that why they call it mewing? Wait, we've changed the game. We've changed the game. Thank you, Trix. Duck ass. That is something to think about, though. That is a looks maxing tip. For the average person, at least, if your immune system is worse, it might kill you if you have it. What? Really? I guess people with certain immunocompromised things cannot have cats. Another thing, though, if you have a cat, you have to be careful with a lot of those hair growth things. I think it's, I forgot which one, but all of the topical ones, for the most part, that are popular, you cannot use them because even a drop can kill a cat. It's really, really bad. I forgot which one exactly. Thank you, Eclair. Minoxidil. Yeah, you have to be really careful. Yeah. I found that out and I almost started crying because I didn't know, and I was using minoxidil and I just thought about, like, oh my god, what if he smells my head? And I freaked out and I threw it all out and I was like freaking it because I thought about what if I did that. So, yeah. You have to be careful. You have to be careful. But if you want some hair growth tips, my hair's been growing like a weed recently. Like a lot faster than it normally does, I'll say. And I've been taking three things. I actually, let me check what they are. I told it to my friend. One of them is I get, it's called hers, like gummies I get for hair growth, but they might have them for like Hims or whatever. What is it? Okay, I use their green apple gummies and they taste good and they're yummy. Besides that, I take pumpkin seed oil pills. I don't know if that's been working, but maybe. And then I also use a spray every single day on the root of my hair, and it's called Bare Anatomy Nature X Science Rosemary Water Spray. And whatever it is, I know it's working because, so I have blonde hair, not naturally. I can see the roots growing in, like the amount. So I have literal proof in front of my eyes, and I re-dyed my hair, like my roots, a week ago. Within a week, I already had my roots showing. So that's how I know. Besides, like, you can't exactly tell yourself, but I was like shocked. I was like, no way. Did it fade? And they were already showing. And I was like, holy shit. So, proof. It worked for me. Not everything works for everyone, but I recommend all those things. I was shocked. So, my natural hair color is red-brown. Red-brown with some, like, blonde in it. my hair, I was a redhead growing up a little bit. So, yeah. I guess I never speak about how it's red. It is red. It's like red brown. Auburn, I guess. I don't know. But I was shocked by that. So it does work. I don't know, like obviously my diet might play into it because I eat kind of healthy. But I recommend those things. I recommend them. Check out some Hims hair growth gummies, pumpkin seed oil pills, and then also the Bare Anatomy Nature X Science Rosemary Water Spray. Very good stuff. And this is with me like bleaching the shit out of my hair. So, I mean, it's working. It's working. And that's pretty right, girl. The spray is really good and it doesn't really make your hair too greasy. But I take the spray and then I brush it down into the rest of my hair. And I think it works. I don't know. Yeah, I continuously bleach my hair and do that stuff, but I'm like needing to do it more often with my roots because they're growing in so fast. So, I mean, that was my proof. You can try it. I don't know. So, it did not work immediately, which I don't know if the gummies didn't work immediately, but I introduced the rosemary spray later, and I can't tell, like, when it happened or when it started working. But for a lot of these things, you need to take them continuously so your body, like, absorbs them. So it's not gonna happen, like, in a week. It's not gonna happen immediately. You may have to take it for, like, a month or two, and then you'll start seeing things happening because your body needs to, like, get used to them. Kind of like taking, like, anxiety pills, you know? It doesn't work within a week. It's that your body needs to take it in and stuff, so... The gummies are not just biotin. I think they have, like, iron. It depends. I don't know. I didn't read exactly, but it's basically a lot of biotin and then stuff that most women are lacking, which is why it works. So, yeah. But I recommend it. I hope it works for you because I know how sucky it is because my hair only grew to a certain length for a while, and apparently that's just part of, like, how it is, like, genetics. But as soon as I started doing this, like, it is really growing more. So, would it work with beards? So, because I do all of these hair things, let's just say all of my hair grows very quickly, is what I've noticed. And it's not the best everywhere. So, it sucks. It grows back really fast. But, I just use, like, an epilator on my legs and shit. But they will grow back within, like, a day now. And it sucks. So, yeah. That's what. But I just use an epilator. And I just do that. I'm used to the pain. I let it happen. If you ever want to get rid of your hair, like, I don't know, like for a while, an epilator works really well. I don't know how it would feel on a beard. It'd probably hurt like a bitch, but if you don't want hair coming back for a little bit, it pulls it from the root. So, yeah. I'm used to it now. But that's how it goes. It literally, so it has like little thingies on it and it traps the hair and pulls it out from the root. And you will have a bunch of red dots on your skin at first. And it will look irritated, but it goes away within like a day usually. But you can also put aloe on it. That helps. But my legs look like a fucking war zone sometimes. War zone! Men and them Barbie dolls playing with their balls. I have a bunch of red dots on my legs when I use it for a little bit. Do you have to clean it? Yeah, you just clean out the hair. Like any razor. You kind of like smack it and get it out and wash it out. But, that's what I do. Yeah. My legs are pretty smooth right now. I need to charge my epilator, but I tried to use it on my armpits, and I almost jumped into the ceiling like a fucking cartoon. Like, I don't know, like Tom and Jerry, like, yow, when he steps on the mousetrap. That was not fun. I stopped doing it after that. because that was awful. That was really bad. It was not fun. That's something I would not do. I don't know why. My armpits are like really sensitive. I don't know if everybody's are, but my armpits are really sensitive, and even if I like touch like around them, I'll like get ticklish, or even if I like hover my hand over, I get kind of ticklish. So I'm really sensitive there, and I'm like really squeamish when it comes to them. So I don't know. That's also why I hate shaving, because when it grows back, it's so itchy. So I'm kind of like a nasty, dirty hippie. I just let my pits grow a lot of times. So I don't really care. I remember when I was younger, taking my water, I was super nervous about, oh my god, you know, armpit hair is growing back. And I used to be super like scared about it, whatever. I don't really give a fuck. I don't think you should care too much about that stuff. It's not that big a deal. I don't know. It's just how it is. My armpits don't grow too crazy. Like, you're not seeing hair, you know, pop out at you when my arms are down. And my armpits are deep as shit. So it's like you gotta take a magnifying glass to take a deeper look, you know? Sometimes, like, you won't really notice it. Because my armpits, I don't know why. I just have really deep armpits. Can fit a whole golf ball in there. I really do. I mean, I really can. Maybe I'll do a stream of that someday. Of my armpits. I used to really hate it, but I've understood. I understand it now. I will prove it. I will prove it. I will fit a whole golf ball in my armpit. I'm not joking. I'm not joking here. It's very deep. And I can close my arm and it'll be in there. I gotta get like various types of objects to fit in my armpit. Something to think about. Something to think about. Something to think about. But I need like golf ball. I wonder if I could fit a tennis ball. I don't know. Maybe not a tennis ball. Could fit an Easter egg. Depends on how I move my arm too. But yeah. Yeah. I'll figure it out. I'll get assorted items. I'll fit I don't know. I'm gonna be ticklish the whole time though. I get really ticklish. You know what sucks is like I can't do those sexy armpit pictures where they take 2 fingers and spread that well, because my armpits are so deep. It's like I'm just digging my fingers in. Sucks. So I can't do that too much. I'm just digging my fingers into my body. No, I've seen people with some hot sexy armpits. So I've seen them do it. I've seen it. There's no folds like anime exactly, but you know, they can definitely spread a little bit. I've seen it. I've seen them images. I've seen them videos too. Why do some people have innie and outie armpits? Why? What is this? Why don't we all have the same? What is the use of this? What is the use? Why does the Animal Crossing thing only happen sometimes? Innie outie armpits. Is showing armpits flirting? Oh. What? Can your innie become an outie? Your innie belly button can become an outie later in life? What? Really? I like my innie belly button. I like my innie belly button. I like mine. I want to keep it. Cause you not so good about have an innie or an outie. Oh, that's about a coochie. That's not about an armpit. That was a picture too. I guess it doesn't really apply to armpits, but some people just have, I don't know, some people just have deeper armpits than others. Yeah. Be careful when sneezing. It's gonna pop out. It's gonna go. Like that pop out pig game. When you give him the cheeseburgers and his belly pops. That's what it's gonna be. I wish I had one of those circle belly buttons. Like that's just like a perfect circle. Those are so cute, but I mean, I don't really care too much about my belly button. It's whatever. What if I can't forget you? I think they can be cute. I think everything is cute though. I think it's cute that we have differences. I think the circle belly buttons are cute. They can be cute. I also... Oh, my nose. There's sneezing. But I think it's cute that there's so many like unique traits that many people have like that. Makes me happy. I like it. I like that, you know, we all have that sort of difference. Whatever is on our body, in our body, whatever it is, it's fun. Really greener. Something in the water. My belly button is just kind of standard looking. It's not really crazy. And boys break their necks. What is your what your belly button says? Possible muscle pain. Let me see. I think mine is possible muscle pain. Pitiful Duke's bikinis on top. So hot, melt your popsicle. Redness, pain, or irritation. Navel. There's so many things to belly buttons. Got it unlock. I just have a normal belly button. I don't know. Nothing crazy. Your jaw can dislocate if you yawn too big. I hope so. I can press it back into place properly. My jaw is misaligned. I hope so. I can fix it. Dog on the stereo. Did you know if you sneeze with your eyes open, they can pop out like Bernie Mac? Nah, I won't diss Bernie Mac, but they can pop out of your head. They can pop out like when you see a hot, sexy lady. My teeth are on the back burner for now. I will not be dealing with that. Any pain I have, it's just gonna be. What if your eyeballs popped out and they tied together? Yes. If you hold on a sneeze, you can rupture your organ. What? No, I always hold in my sneeze. No. Maybe that's why I exploded. No. I'm gonna take your eyeballs out and I'm gonna tie them together into a knot, a perfect bunny knot. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna have bunny ears and you're not even gonna be able to see it. Huh, imagine that. I would not untie your eyes for you. I would tie them to a bike rack, so you'd be stuck. It would be like the Christmas Story, but with eyeballs, kinda. They'd be stuck there, like his tongue was stuck to the pole. Your eyeballs would be stuck to the bike rack. That shit scared me so bad when I was a kid. Like the tongue being stuck, and he's like, ah! I was like, I'll never do that. It was so scary. Also, why did he have like school shooter dreams in that? That was kind of crazy. Can that actually happen? I think it has to be so cold that like it like your tongue would probably just like freeze off, probably. Like I don't even know, Because there's no way that can happen just like normally. And also, I think it has to be dry, from what I know. So, no, you're not, it's not really gonna happen. Like, no. Wet? Okay, I guess so. Just below freezing and it happens all the time. Damn. -50. Holy hell. It's gotta be a crazy Canadian to do that. You know, I kind of want a split tongue. Sometimes I think about it, but I know that would be too much. But sometimes I want that. Sometimes I do. That girl, you be that girl. Sometimes. I dream about it a lot. I think about it a lot, but I'm too much of a coward. Way too much of a coward. Yeah, I know tongues just heal back. So you went through it for no reason. No reason. But I have such a movable tongue. I feel like I can move both parts of it. It would be awesome. Na 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 na. They say split tongue feels right. It was like it was meant to be this way. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm the split tongue person. What if someone grabbed the two tips and pulled them apart? What if with your split tongue you were kissing on someone and French kissing, and you grabbed their tongue like a claw machine? Like you're the crane and you grabbed it and you pulled it. That'd be crazy. That's what I would do. I would call my tongue the crane game. No. You know how people say like, oh, they've got game? I've got crane game. Yeah. You want the crane game? Yeah. Be me. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I'm very good at this. So, yeah. Wait. What if with the split tongue, if you can control each part, you could really tie the cherry. You could you could probably do some crazy smoke tricks and probably crazy gum tricks. Like blowing certain Whoa. That could be cool. That could be cool. That could be awesome. You could what if you can eat food in a very silly and funny manner? You can control... Well, some people don't have much control in their tongue, ironically. So maybe some of this, it's for naught. It's for naught. But what if you can, like, shovel the ice cream, like, one tongue piece at a time into your mouth? What if you can, like... Wow, you could do so much. What if you ate pasta and you could grab the singular noodle with your tongue like that? What if when you eat you can you don't even need a utensil? Wait. When the apocalypse happens, this is what you need to do, because then you just straight up, you have so much use. You could do such cool things. That could be so cool. It can be amazing. Wow. I guess we all have to get one now. I guess we're all just getting split tongues now. Huh. Well, that's alright, I guess. That's alright. No, I'm just scared. I'm way too scared, and I don't want to, like, I'm very scared of, like, anything that, like, ironically, even though I have my belly button, but I'm very scared to, like, get something that will, like, completely be there for a very long time or, like, forever. So even with my belly button, if I take it out, it can probably heal. Like, it's not a huge deal to me. And if I take it out, it looks like I don't have anything. So it's not a huge deal to me. I just like it because I grew up with, I don't know, maybe it was the skinny propaganda from when I was growing up, but belly button piercings always look so sexy on women, and I always liked them. And my cousins were like these very popular pretty girls, and they both got them. And I remember how cool it was, and I always wished I could get one. So that's why I got one. I did. It hurt like a bitch. But it was worth it. I like it. Because I like decorating it. My goal was to also get like, you can get kind of like a chain belt thingy. And then you can get a belly button piercing that attaches to it. So it looks really pretty. And you can, I don't know. I like that. It's nice. I just like the decor. It's fun. It's awesome. I do want to get my ears pierced a little bit more. Like the upper parts of my ear would be my goal. But I'm pretty allergic to certain things, so it's pretty bad for me. It can be. But I hope to do that someday. I hope to do that. Yeah. I want my ears pierced. I used to have more of my ears pierced, but they closed. I like the chain from the ear. I think it's very pretty. And I want to get a metal cuff for my ear. I think they're beautiful. I'm not really into many facial piercings though. Except for the nose. The nose is whatever. Not the septum though. Not really a septum head. When I was younger growing up, I used to get fake spider bites with little gems. And I remember like I would walk around to like my friends and I'd be like, yeah, I got these pierced. And they were just like the little sticky like things. So I used to be like, yeah, I'm so cool like me. Because I was emo. So I used to pretend. Yeah. They were so Jelly Belly. I used to also pretend I was a vampire. And I had those piercings and I was so awesome. So I was pretty badass. I was a cool badass vampire, emo, scene girl. I did used to take those magnets that you put one in your lip and it connects to the other one. And you can use them, you know, like on a table. And I used to use those and pretend that too. So, Of course I pretended to be a vampire. Of course. Yes, I did hiss at people and I growled. And I won a fight when I was a kid because I scared them off with my growling. Yep. I was pretty badass. I don't know what to say. You know, nobody's doing it quite like me. So, it was my little warrior cats. You know, blood running through my veins. Yep. Pretty cool. I was pretty awesome on the playground. I was. No, there was this like boy and he was kind of a little bit of a bully. He wasn't doing anything bad, but I remember he was like bothering me and I think my friend and I went like that. But I did it better, okay? I was really good at it when I was a kid and he was like, "Oh, you stop that." And I would have hissed too. Get back. It's pretty crazy. Nobody wants to mess with somebody like that. What are those pictures where it's like, yeah, I'm crazy, you know, and it's like Jack Skellington with like Sally, and it's like, I'm a badass bitch. That was me. I was get back. I'm a badass bitch warrior and stuff like that. So that was me when I was growling. I was very scary. My warrior cat's name, I think it was probably like, I don't know, like Tiger Paw, Tiger Claw or some shit. Because I pretended to be like a tiger or something. I don't know. It was really weird. I also had another one and it was like blue. Because I remember my mom told me like, there's a cat called a Russian Blue. And I was like, oh, I'm blue. I can be blue. And yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a cat name in the book, I know. But when I was role-playing, that shit don't matter. Those cats don't exist, okay? All that exists is me and the other kitty pet, you know? It's such is life. Such is life. Yeah, I cannot wait for all the Warrior Cat stuff coming out. You better hop on the fucking game. Hop on the fucking game. If there's a online for that stuff, you're hopping on the damn game. You're hopping on that game. Get on the game, bro. Get on the game. Okay? Get on that damn game. Hop on. Hop on, there's voles to catch. Alright? Well, just read the damn books. They're pretty good. You wanna know my favorite cat in the book? I need to reread it. I'm pretty sure it was Yellow Fang. Or Spotted Leaf. It might have been Spotted Leaf. But I'm pretty sure it was Yellow Fang. I loved the damn healing medicine cats. I was remembering it because I was looking at the names. Yeah, I like that Yellow Fang was older because she was kind of like, it was a, I haven't read it in years. I have to reread more of it. Yeah, she was an old lady and I liked her because I think some other cat like took care of her and it was really sweet. I also did like Spotted Leaf, so she was good. But I'm pretty sure it was Yellow Fang. Yellow Fang is the kind that when she meows is like that type of meow. Like the crunchy meow. It was like that. I actually, you know what? I gotta read them before this stuff comes out. Like that. Yeah. Crunchy, loud type of like mean sounding. But of course I like the, you know, the basic cats, obviously. But I really liked the medicine cats. I thought they always had a really nice role. And they were usually females, so it's like, oh my god, I could be a medicine cat. If you reread them, you cannot listen, okay? You need to age regress to read them. Because you need to think of this not as your adult self, but as your childhood self. Being like, whoa, you know, like not knowing too much about the world. You gotta be, you know? It's awesome. It's awesome when you're not thinking of it like an adult. Okay? It's true. I used to read the books so much that I would get migraines. That I would read them. I would read some books in like a few hours or like sometimes like days, whatever. I would read so much that I got migraines and I had to wear glasses. I was that like dorky girl, like, I want to read. I don't want to go to recess. I want to read my book. And so I want to skip lunch and read my book. I want to go to skip lunch in the library. I need to really read more. I'm like, I kind of lose focus. Probably have ADHD, but I need to focus a little bit more on the book. What is this one book? I want to read more Warhammer, but you know what? I might drop every book I'm currently reading and hop onto the fucking Warrior Cats. There was an owl version too, the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. Tried to read that. That shit sucked in comparison. If they can go anywhere, why are they having problems? That's my issue. That was like not realistic to me. With the Warrior Cats, you know, like they're in this like containment area like that. But for the owls, you can just fucking fly somewhere else. I don't know. That's why I was like, this is not realistic to me. So, yeah, there were the bears too, which were pretty cool. But what are they, like Brother Bear type of thing? It's just like how Pirate 101 is worse than Wizard 101. Kind of like that, you know? Warrior Cats, the OG. The other ones, we could try it, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Man, were the bears that bad? Why aren't there wolves? Why didn't they have a wolf one? Did they have a wolf one? That would make so much fucking sense. Or they're a warrior cat, but with wolves. Wolf's Rain. Oh, Wolf's Rain. Like the anime. What the hell? I guess. Call of the Wild? No, they need to have like the pack stuff. Makes no sense to me. Wolves were the thing. They were the thing, and they have packs already. The hell? So I was a horse girl, in case you didn't know. I guess for us horse girls, it was usually Spirit was our thing. Spirit was like a huge deal to every horse girl, but also Barbie Horse Adventures was like the shit. And they had some other horse ones, like, you know, standalone horse games, My Little Pony, but I would say Spirit was our like warrior cats. Spirit the horse. Spirit the horse. That was it. It was awesome. Alright. I'm speaking so much. Yeah. The horse media. I don't like horses anymore. They kind of scare me a little bit. Well, I started to like them because of Uma, but I don't trust myself around them because I feel like they're gonna bite me. I'm scared of that. I've seen a horse like bite, and it's very scary, and I don't say it's like that. So, and you can't really like turn around because they'll kick you, or like be behind them. They'll kick you. It's scary. No, those things. They can be mean. They can be crazy. But to be fair, Uma has made me appreciate them a bit more. I like all the personalities, and I like learning about them in Uma. So, yeah, that's why I like him. That's why I like him a lot. Yeah. Uma changed my mind. I still play Uma, but I'm getting kind of sick. Take my drink. I'm kind of getting sick of like gacha games having to download all of the new things. It's become so annoying to me that I just don't really care to play gacha games like that, because it's like the new update, and you have to sit there. It's like it's annoying. They have huge updates, and then if you don't do it every day, you know, you gotta do your fucking dailies. It's annoying. So, but I really like I like a lot of the Umas. There's I think it's Sounds of Earth is hot as fuck. Uma. Sounds of Earth. She hot as hell. Yeah. There's a lot of really good designs and cute Umas and good Umas. So, with Sounds of Earth, I was like, whoa, they're pretty damn good. That's a pretty damn good Uma. I like that. So, there are a lot of Prince types because they know bitches love Yuri. They do. So, I like her. I think she's hot. She's sexy. But any loser, I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'm gonna do some ASMR on Patreon. Lots of kisses. Many, very, very lot of kissing. Many, very kissing lots. Not like this. Yeah, so I will see you in uno momento. I have to pee. So, yeah, anyway, bye-bye. Good night. See you soon. Bye-bye. That's a precursor to what's about to unfold. With the kiss.